Y'all, it is blockbuster season, and right now, a lot of superhero movies are showing up, and people are having a lot of discussions on whether or not superheroes are woke, and I'm not here to discuss that at all, okay? We're not gonna do that on this podcast. However, we are going to discuss what Christian nationalists think of our favorite movies. That's right. That's right. What do the people who are okay with concentration camps think about the films that Mrs. P and I love? Because Mrs. P did some deep dive research this week, and somehow she ended up on the Movie Guide website that lets you know just how godly are your favorite films.
Too many times.
Remember to smile. So you found this website, Mrs. P.
Yes. So I was doing some research.
Yes.
I had many tabs open.
Yes.
It got really weird.
How many tabs?
Too many tabs.
Exactly the name of the show.
So I had too many tabs open.
Yeah.
Because I was doing research for a podcast episode,
Yeah.
right? And then I got lost because this website called Movie Guide came up. Have you ever heard of this?
I have never heard of Movie Guide.
So Movie Guide is like a Christian rating system where you can, it's a search engine of all the movies, and they have people that watch all the movies and then rate them on whether or not they meet the guidelines of Christianity.
Yes.
And then I started reading the reviews, and I went a little crazy, and then I called you into the room and I said, get in here and look at this.
Yep.
And then what did we do?
Then we began to start searching our favorite movies and screaming them at each other. Now, where this, just for the listeners know, when you first go to their website and you look at like movies and stuff like that, when you hit reviews movies, it just starts listing the things that are out in theaters right now because it's trying to, and like Superman's about to come out, and they have a big problem. I didn't read their review on this, but in general, I've been seeing that the right, especially MAGA, has a big problem with Superman.
What's wrong with Superman?
He's an illegal alien.
Yeah, that's like the whole thing.
He's an illegal alien, and I don't know if you know this, woke film directors like James Gunn are trying to make billionaires look bad through Lex Luthor, who's a guy who definitely shouldn't be bald. He definitely, that's weird. Why would you make a billionaire bald? I'm just saying that these are choices that do not exist in the original source material, that are brand new to today. That is what they feel. Because again, all of those, there's such a clickbait world. We've talked about before with Captain Marvel and Brie Larson, or all these other different things where any Disney, Marvel movie, anything with Star Wars, any of this different stuff, there's all these guys, especially on YouTube, who literally pay their mortgages by just making terrible thumbnails that are like, Ghostbusters can't be women. And that's their entire...
I disagree.
I know you do. I know you do strongly.
I love a lady Ghostbuster.
But anyway, we went to the site and then we started scrolling and I said, well, we haven't seen...
Wait, hold on. Pause real quick.
Okay.
Listen. So you just brought up the Superman thing.
Yeah.
And then this morning we were drinking our coffee, getting ready to record.
Yes.
And we were talking about Superman, the new Superman, David Corenswet.
Yes.
And in the interview, they were like, oh, he's from Philadelphia. And then I immediately went, what high school did he go to?
I know, you got really weird immediately. Immediately, you were like, which high school? Is it Father Judge? And I think you guys need to understand. There's a thing with Philadelphians where if you say you're from Philly, they ask you what high school. And if you don't have an answer immediately, they point at you and make the scream noise from Body Snatchers. So like, liar!
Yeah.
You're from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. That's what they do.
Exactly. And I was like, okay, so what high school did he go? So I went to his wiki page.
Yeah.
And I found out, I don't even think he's from Philly. He's from fucking, what's it called? He's from the suburbs somewhere.
Lower Marion.
Marion.
Because you started screaming he went to some bougie school in Lower Marion. Yeah. And then I continued to watch the interview when he said he went to a Quaker school.
Well, yeah, no, but he also graduated from Juilliard. So he's a little fancy schmancy. I love that for him.
Okay.
This is, out of all the things I was reading about him.
But he now lives and works in Philadelphia.
No, I love that for him.
Okay.
Good on him. This has nothing to do with that. The funniest thing I found on his wiki page, and I didn't say this out loud when we were drinking our coffee, is, do you know that his grandfather is incredibly famous? And like, I'm not saying he's a Nepo baby. I mean, he's a rich baby. But his maternal grandfather is the American author Edward Packard, who is the author and creator of the Choose Your Own Adventure books.
I What?
Yeah.
What? What? He said, what?
His grandpa.
On. Wait, Superman's grandpa. Superman is from Philly, and his grandpa created the Choose Your Own Adventure novel?
Yes.
What the fuck? How is this not everywhere? How is this not the news? How is this? Why am I finding this out now? They should be leading with this. Anyway, I watched the interview with him. He seems like a very great guy.
Nice boy.
No, he's a very great guy. I think the one thing I really liked about him in the interview, and we'll get to what the Christian Nationalist MAGA thinks about everything else, but what is he big deal about the rest of the crew?
Yeah.
And he talked a lot about costuming. He talked a lot about stunts and about how many people are around. And I'll tell you the reason why he did it.
Yeah.
The reason why he did it is there's a famous story. Do you know how Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
Okay. Yes.
The Rock, the actor.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Famous for playing man in safari outfit.
Yes, but he also is famous for playing Black Adam.
Okay.
And that is the movie that destroyed the old DC cinematic universe.
Okay.
And a big rumor was that there was multiple times where The Rock just stayed in his trailer for hours on end.
Okay.
And was like a very big diva. Oh. And so, which costs money. Like, The Rock sitting in a trailer, all these people are standing around. All of those people work rate. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of them are union. Well, depending on where they are, they might not be union. But like, because so many films have now moved outside of Hollywood. But anyway, one of the things that he said was when James Gunn was like, we want to offer you the part, but like, you have to respect the time and the work of the crew. And he's like, obviously, what are you talking about? But it was so clear, like, to me, knowing, again, a little bit of lore goblin in the background. I'm like, oh, this is a silent shot at The Rock. Oh, they're shooting on The Rock.
Let me take a big shot at The Rock. Did you know that The Rock, famously, bald man in safari outfit.
Yes.
He owns a hair care line.
Yes, I did know that.
Called Papa Tui.
Because before everyone who was good in the world decided to stop going to Target, I remember walking through Target one day and being like, is that The Rock selling shampoo? What the fuck are we talking about here?
Papa Tui.
Yeah, it's
the funniest thing.
It didn't need he didn't need to put his face on it.
No,
that's the thing. You could still be the investor in the shampoo.
Yeah, just do the vitamin water thing.
Yeah.
Was the vitamin water?
It was vitamin water 50 cents.
Yeah, just put your name in the background, invest the money, like angel investor status.
Yes.
But there's this thing right now where every celebrity wants to have their own some type of cosmetic line.
Well, before it was liquor. Most of them was tequila.
Yeah.
A lot of them did tequila.
Yeah, including Kendall Jenner.
Okay, you know what?
I'm gonna bring back
stop.
Kardashians.
No. Let's get back to what the people who want to ruin this country and world believe about movies.
The first movie I looked up immediately was my favorite movie from my mid-teens, Ever After.
Ever
I think it's
After.
a great place to start.
You love Ever
After.
After.
Ever After, the Drew Barrymore Cinderella story.
I think we have 3 copies of this movie on DVD, and we don't even
own and a VHS.
And we don't even own a DVD or VHS player. We have them just in case society collapses and streaming isn't available.
I need to have access to my favorite movie.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I have here a screenshot of what the initial review looks like. So it says, Ever After, a Cinderella story.
Yep.
And then there's, what would you call this? Like a formula about language, violence, sex, and nudity.
It's a chart, and we'll put the chart right up here. And on this chart, it has language, violence, sex, and nudity, and it has a scale. Yeah. It's a sliding scale that goes back and forth on it. And it doesn't seem like this one doesn't show the rating.
Yeah, no, we'll
there it
get
is.
there.
I see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so on this sliding scale, it'll mark different things for like light, moderate, or heavy.
Yeah.
Depending on
in
what
language, it has light bad language. In violence, it has light violence. For sex, none, and nudity, none.
Yeah.
So right away, Ever After is doing pretty good here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to read you how they describe this film. This is not one of the 500 fairy tale versions of Cinderella. This is hold on. My Google Doc just went. This is a very realistic fantasy with no magic and no fairy godmother. Instead, the genius of Leonardo da Vinci helps the prince to understand the true meaning of love. The dialogue of this movie is exquisite, full of humor, pathos, and the profound insight of the human condition. The staging is excellent, lending deep realism to every aspect of the story. The only thing that falls short is the trailer and that the commercials for the movie, which give the movie-going audience the idea that Ever After is just a marvelous work of art. Ever After has a strong positive references to God, references to faith, and powerful references to the responsibility and decency. This entertaining movie exhibits a very Christian worldview when one examines all the intricate elements that make up this superb film. I watched Ever After a million times. I've never thought of it as a Christian.
You never looked at it as a Christian movie?
I never thought we were taking strong positive references to God.
I think I've seen it once.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it once because I can't stand Drew Barrymore. It's
whoa.
I just can't stand her. I can't stand her.
Holy shit. Are you kidding me right now?
You know why I can't stand her? Because she's a fucking scab.
Whoa.
That's right. I remember, Drew. I remember when you crossed the fucking picket line
she had to
during that strike.
Very big apology.
Yeah. Oh, go cry in the rain a little bit more there, Drew. Why don't you go cry in the rain a little bit more about it? Never invited me on your show. How many viral videos do we have? It's called an anti-pasto salad.
Okay, so there's a second part to the review.
Yes.
It says, why Ever After is rated PG-13 is a puzzle. It is much milder than many PG-rated films. Regrettably, there are a sprinkling of obscenities and some exclamations such as, "My God!" But these exclamations are not to pronounce as curses, but as appeals and direct references to God and His grace.
This was something I noticed. I was going to bring up later because I've noticed the scale for what they view as a cuss, and I'm surprised they actually said curse and not cuss.
Yeah.
Because this feels very much like she starts cussing. Like it has that energy. The way they view cursing on this website is insane.
Well, they think of it as almost witchcraft.
No,
like
they do. But taking God's name in vain, which is in the 10 Commandments, they take it directly as a direct offense. Like most of us view cursing as like shit is almost even negligible now.
Yeah, what?
Like shit, if somebody says shit, we're like,
Yeah.
But like fuck is still there. And it's more like people more get like slurs.
Yeah.
But like if for PG-13, I think it's the movie. What's the movie? It's the John Travolta movie where he says for a movie to be PG-13, you can't say the word fuck more than once.
Yeah.
And he then never says it the rest of the movie. It's just like it's just put there at the very beginning of the movie just to show like how the rating systems can be gamed.
Yeah.
And so in this case, I don't know.
So the way they close this is what they do is at the very end, they do this weird summary of the movie's negative things, right? And this is, I'm going to read it how it's written. Finely tuned Christian worldview with an appeal to God, references to God, lies rebuked, moral principles taught, 3 exclamations invoking God, and 4 mild obscenities, swordplay, punching, and seeing the effects of a whipping. Several kisses, but no other sexual activity, no nudity, and a cruel stepmother with threats of death. Ever After in their system is a +1.
A +1
in grade. +1 grade.
Well, now let me cover one of the ones I did.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I took it a little bit of a different direction than you. Booking a doctor's appointment can feel like climbing Mount Everest. Between finding someone who takes your insurance, treats your condition, and has availability, no wonder people skip out on the care they need. ZocDoc changes all of that. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. Appointments made through ZocDoc happen fast, and usually within 24 to 72 hours of booking, so you can get things taken care of and get on with your life. And guys, ZocDoc has helped us constantly and consistently. When Mrs. P and I have had to juggle dealing with the baby and dealing with our own health, especially in urgent care situations, ZocDoc has really helped us find just the right place to get to quickly and affordably. What used to be a mountain has just turned into a molehill. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/tabs to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/TABS. ZocDoc.com/tabs. I wanted to go with a really Star Wars. I was like, I need to go down Star Wars because Star Wars is important films to me growing up. However, I didn't want to go to the classic Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because I needed to find something a Star Wars movie that was created after this website was created and as they got it. So I went with Rogue One because I love Rogue One. I think it's a great movie. And we should watch Andor, but you put on Love Island.
I keep making him watch Love Island, and it's breaking his spirit, and it's incredible.
I screamed so much last night. I watch Love Island like a horror movie because it is.
Oh my God, what did you say? You said it's like we're watching a fight outside of a bar?
Yes, no, it is. Love Island was designed for people who have never lived in a city near a nightclub because the way these people fucking talk to each other, you would move. Like if I had to hear these conversations every weekend, I would fucking leave the city. Yeah. I'd move to another neighborhood. Like there was at one point, Hudda and Jeremiah, hold on. Hudda and Jeremiah are screaming at each other because America voted to break them up. We're on episode 14. There's 37 of these. They broke them up, right? And then so Hudda, Jeremiah is sleeping in a bed with another girl, and Hudda has a huge problem with this, and she starts screaming at Jeremiah and all this different shit. And like the things she's bringing to him are insane.
Yeah.
Because I kept yelling, why are you mad at him for being a slut in the slut contest?
It's a slut show.
Love Island is a slut contest. There's no love involved. There's no love in that place. What are we talking about? It's a villa. It's not even a villa. It's a fucking Barbie's dream house that's been dropped on an island. It's eco-terrorism, okay? They've destroyed a beach in Fiji somewhere to build a Barbie's dream house that someday is going to be viewed the same way. Uncle Baru, Aunt Baru and Uncle Owen's fucking Tatooine desert residency is seen in Morocco right now, okay? You can go visit where Luke Skywalker is in the first movie. It's an abandoned film set. That is exactly what is going to happen to the Fiji Love Island set. Anyway, these two are yelling at each other. He's like, it's not that deep. It's not. And she's like, no, you betrayed me. And I'm like, the whole time, I was like, I could picture this. We're at South Philly. 1:45 in the morning, and I'm like, babe, shut the fucking window. Shut the and I'm like, if you don't shut the window, I'm gonna yell at him. I'm gonna open the window because it's a nice night. It's a 65-degree night. We're like, we don't need to have the AC on tonight. We're just open the window, let a light breeze in here. No, how can I trust you around my kid? I told you in confidence, Nick. You said you were gonna be my baby's uncle. What the fuck are we doing? Anyway, that whole show.
Also, they were only together for 7 days.
It's fucking exactly. They just met. These are all people who were like, you know what I had? You know what I had a realization with Love Island?
What?
Every single person, almost every single person, at least did 1 year of Zoom school.
Yeah.
Because all of them are 22 or 24. A couple of them are like, I'm old, I'm 27. And I'm like, my bones. But like most of them, a huge section of their life was like just plucked out because of COVID and COVID and Zoom school and all this different stuff. So they at least did part of college or a chunk of, some of them maybe even high school.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting there looking at these people. I'm like, you're missing parts. You're missing parts. And then they just unleashed you. And now my whole TikTok feed recently has just been taken over by it.
Yeah.
Now my TikTok knew when I crossed, you know what it was?
What?
It was the mommy sound. TikTok listens to that microphone does not cut off.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't give a shit. That microphone, because when we watched the episode where Hudda was like, I'm a mommy. And he's
mamacita?
like, mamacita? And I was like, my phone immediately went, oh, you've reached there? Because that was a viral sound. That was a viral sound on TikTok when she started telling people. And why is that? Why is that, Hudda? Why is that the way you talk?
That's the weirdest way to say I'm a parent or I have a child.
I have a child is what you say.
Yeah.
I have a child because you center it around your child. Trying to be like, I'm a mommy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen, in the modern day parlance, in all of the way we fucking talk, people don't just say that. And a lot of people call themselves mommy about all sorts of other different shit. Yeah. Mommy milkers. Come on. It's out there. We've all wanted to be stepped on by a giant vampire woman that we saw in a video game once. And she got big mommy milkers and she is mommy, okay? Don't ask about, I don't remember her full name because I never played the game, but I've seen enough.
Okay.
Okay?
I wasn't going to ask.
All right.
I was concerned.
Do you want to know what Christians think about Star Wars Rogue One?
Yes, I do want to know what Christians think about Star Wars Rogue One.
Because I want to let you know, Star Wars is not what hurt my brain on this one. It's what you made me view.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. So, Rogue One, the thing that you left out that I captured on all of them is they all have a subtitle.
Okay.
Star Wars Rogue One, the subtitle for this is Hope Inspires Sacrifice and Redemption.
Oh.
And it's so I think.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Ever after it says, if the slipper fits.
Yeah. They like to put a little pithy little subtitle in it. It makes it feel movie, right? It's like a movie.
It's a movie.
It's my movie review, and this is my quick little thing. So their big thing on this is Hope Inspires Sacrifice and Redemption, which is the running theme of their review. Now, for this one, language, sex, nudity, none. Violence, moderate.
Got it.
Moderate. Now, I would say, yes, the violence in Rogue One is moderate, as the Death Star does genocide a city. That is a thing that happens.
Yep.
Twice.
Yeah.
So moderate violence. The death toll is incalculable, but okay, moderate violence. Now, here's the big difference, the way I view mine versus the way you do. They have a section just called content. Yeah. Which is really like we're not talking about the review. We're not talking about the summary. They're like, this is the juicy.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. They have a part where it just like, it says sword play, kissing.
Yeah. You had that a little bit broken out, but this is the entire content of Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Ready? Strong moral worldview with some redemptive content stresses hope as a part of its premise. Doing the right thing, repentance, redemption, sacrifice, and finding a purpose in something bigger than oneself with allusions to intelligent design.
Not intelligent design.
But with some pagan elements of the New Age idea, the Force. What? which resolves some plot problems and preoccupy a few characters, with some characters seem to pray to the Force. But the Force is described at one point as having a will, which seems contradictory, and there's less discussion of the Force and its qualities than previous Star Wars movies. Plus, the movies has a strong, positive, anti-totalitarian message. No foul language, moderate battle violence with many people and stormtroopers getting shot by blasters or killed in explosions. Whole cities and planets are destroyed. What? That's moderate. The heroine's mother is shot by one of the evil emperor's henchmen when she was a child. Little girl has to hide from villains who kill her mother and take her father. A character falls around 20 feet and is knocked unconscious. Many starships battle in outer space and above planets. One-man starships attack two bases. Blind man sometimes uses stick to knock out and beat back the Empire stormtroopers. That is equal to blowing up Jeddah.
Yeah.
A man has information extracted from him by a creepy monster that reads his thoughts. Darth Vader's heavily deformed body is briefly seen. What? Okay. Just seeing a deformed man, that's hey, watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out. We're bringing ugly laws back. Darth Vader chokes a character using the Force to teach him a lesson and remind him of his place.
Whoa.
What?
Right.
Okay. Were they wearing a day collar? No sexual content, but a romance bruise. No nudity, no alcohol use, no smoking or drugs, and no other objectionable content. Now, that is the main content section.
Yeah.
But I went a little bit deeper because what you have when you look at it, it has the general content of like, here's our top line warnings.
Yeah.
Then they get the content of these are our detailed content.
Yeah.
And then they have a section called more detail. Now, more detail is where whoever wrote these articles before AI existed would do a combination of summary and their good Siskel and Ebert style review.
Yes.
Where they really start throwing in some crazy shit. Mm-hmm. So this is from the more detail. This is like when the last 2 or 3 paragraphs. This is usually where they fall off the rails.
Got
Ready?
It. Yeah.
Like previous Star Wars movies, Rogue One contains some New Age pagan elements, even though the movie is primarily about rebels and features no Jedis. So there's less inclusion of the Eastern monism or moral dualism that plagues the other Star Wars movies.
Jesus Christ.
That said, the character of Chirrut, the blind warrior, has a fascination with the Force. During the battles, Chirrut repeats or even prays phrases like, "The Force is with me, the Force is in me." And "I am one with the Force, and the Force is one with me." Also in one scene, Jin's mother tells her child to trust the Force. And at one point, her silent prayer seems to save their lives. Strangely, at another point, the Force is described as having a will. Of course, to have a will implies personal consciousness or personal God, not an impersonal force, as in Eastern monism. For Christians, however, the truth is that there isn't a force that can't be used for good or evil. Instead, there is simply the good, which is our Father in heaven, God, whose perfect will for us is that we have a personal relationship with him through Jesus Christ by the power of the Holy Spirit. The positive moral aspect of Rogue One included a desire for redemption and a need to make a difference in stopping the totalitarian evils of the Imperial Empire.
What's its rating?
This is a -2. This is a -2. Now, here's the thing: is I know Ever After had a +1.
Yeah.
But in general, from scrolling through some of these, if it's PG-13, it's a -2.
Yeah.
That's kind of where the scale seems to fall for a lot of these, unless the person who made the review really likes the movie and wants an excuse to watch it with their kids.
Yeah.
Right? And so, like, in the case of Rogue One, and what I found interesting about this is, remember, Rogue One came out, was that 2017? Around 2018? Yeah. Very early in the first Trump administration.
Yeah.
But it was written, produced, directed, filmed, all of that stuff, like, I think even before Trump became president.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people when this movie first came out who were like, Rogue One is anti-Trump.
Yeah.
It's anti-Trump. It was 2016?
Yes.
Yeah, 2016. So, as it came out, it got backdoored, put in, because it's a movie, it's an anti-fascist movie.
Yes.
It's a movie against the totalitarian government, empire, all these different things. And the thing is, if you take those things and apply it to your modern day where you're looking around, people are like, oh my God, this is about right now. It's like, no. Right now it's doing the same things that all of the tropes that they are doing in this movie do.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Andor, where a lot of people are like, these things are happening just like in Andor. It's like, yeah, the guy wasn't like sitting there like The Simpsons and drawing a line and saying like, okay, and then Donald Trump is going to build a concentration camp in the Florida Everglades. No. What he was doing was he went down to these are the 12 steps of fascism.
Yep.
All right, well,
Historically, here's how they do it.
Historically, this is how it goes. We're going to add a couple glub shittos.
I don't know what a glub shitto is.
I don't have the time.
Okay.
I don't have the time.
Should I Google it?
It's for you, it's ungoogleable.
Okay.
But we're gonna add a couple different Star Wars characters, throw a blaster and a lightsaber in there.
Sure.
Maybe a stormtrooper helmet.
Okay.
And we're already there. And that's the thing is like, so with this review, I think this review would be worse now.
Yeah.
Because this website and Christian nationalists in general have to now be in the tank for Trump and have to like everything that the evil empire is doing, because that's what we're doing now in America.
Yeah.
And we're getting rid of democracy.
Hey, let's lighten it up. I want to tell you about my -2 movie I did.
Oh, okay.
You ever see this movie called The Holiday? I don't think he has.
The Holiday.
It's one of my favorite rom-coms. It's a Christmas rom-com. Christmas rom-com.
Oh, I do know this movie.
Okay, it's got Cameron Diaz, Kate Winslet, Jude Law, and Jack Black.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen the movie. I remember when it came out, though.
I don't understand you've never seen it, because I literally watch it every Christmas season.
I don't know if you noticed.
Their little thing, it says 2 love stories for one price, for the price of one.
Yeah, it's at BOGO.
Yeah, BOGO.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss Payless.
Yeah, buy one, get one.
For language, heavy under the bad language. I got a heavy.
Yeah, I see that. It's the far right on that language.
Yeah, violence, light. Sex, light. Nudity, light.
How is there light violence in The Holiday?
Oh, well, we'll find out,
Okay.
won't we? Okay, let's see. So
This makes me want to know what they think of Shallow Hal. I don't know why.
they probably love it. They're like, this teaches women to be thinner.
Okay, go ahead.
So because you've never seen The Holiday, I am going to read the little synopsis of what this movie's about. The Holiday is a romantic comedy about a female writer in London, Iris, and a movie trailer maker in Los Angeles, Amanda, who exchange houses during the Christmas season. Both are fleeing from sad love life and want to get away. Ironically, Amanda begins an affair with Graham, the handsome brother of Iris, who shows up drunk. Hey, stop. I can't read it if you do that. Who shows up drunk at his sister's doorstep one evening. While living in Amanda's house, Iris becomes friends with Miles, a film composer. Iris and Miles help out Arthur, the elderly neighbor who's worried about accepting a special honor from the Writers Guild. Cameron Diaz plays Amanda, Kate Winslet's Iris, Jack Black is Miles, and Jude Law is Graham. It's a charming romantic comedy, witty, heartwarming. The leads have nice, funny lines to say. Right? I'm going to skip to the very last line here. Regrettably, the relationship between Amanda and Graham is based on sex. The holiday also contains plenty of foul language, including the F word. And the F is lowercase and in quotes. Finally, there are no positive references to Jesus, although the movie is set during Christmas.
Uh-oh.
Oh my
no.
God.
Oh, no.
How dare
they took the Christ out of Christmas?
We sure did.
Oh, no.
Son of a bitch. Okay, so under the content reviews, now this is something weird that happened that I didn't understand. We both started trying to figure out what it meant.
Yeah.
It has all these little labels.
Yeah, it's a little it's just like single letters or double letters that are really weird.
It clearly means something, but they don't tell you. So it says content. PAROBLLLVSNAA and M.
And now Mrs. P is not trying to spell something for you there. This is like a weird hobo code.
Yeah, it's a secret code.
And then the key is not anywhere on the page you're looking for.
No, you cannot find the key. I had to go deeply searching for the key, and I did find it, and we're going to get into it. But first, I want to read you the last of this content review.
Yeah.
So we have all those little acronyms or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Mixed pagan worldview with pagan elements.
Uh-oh.
Romantic elements and moral elements. The, quote, F word and 2 H words. And 2 AS dash words. I think that's ass. 2 ass words.
Maybe because they believe there's multiple A words?
There might be.
I don't know what the other one could be. All right, keep going.
2 ass words and 1 S word. I guess that's sex? I don't know.
No, I think that's shit.
Oh, that's shit. Okay.
That's shit. S is always shit.
One use of the word prick, but they spelled it PRIC.
With a dash, because they removed the K.
They took the K out, and then it doesn't say prick anymore, apparently, according to our language.
Yeah. They use the same way Jews remove the O from God.
Yeah.
So I can't write his name in vain. So they write G-D. And they're like, ha-ha! I got you with a loophole, God. Who's omnipresent now? Not God or the Force.
The 19 light profanities, such as, quote, my God, light violence when woman punches man twice.
Whoa.
There it is.
That's light violence.
I like light violence is a woman punching a man.
That's light
violence. But moderate
moderate
is genociding from your movie.
Yeah. Okay. Genociding with a space laser.
Yeah, that's moderate.
That's moderate.
Light, just a punch from a woman.
I'm desperate to know what heavy is. I'm desperate to know what heavy violence is.
All right, next up, implied fornication with talk about fornication. Uh-oh, salty language. Plus, woman lives with man. When movie opens up.
That's it. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, woman
she
lives
with a man, and there's no ring.
There's no ring. Upper male nudity in one scene.
That means a man has his shirt off.
He doesn't say anything. I don't think the reviewer was upset because we know it was Jude Law.
Yep.
Alcohol use and drunkenness in one scene. And unseen drunkenness in another scene is discussed the next morning. So there's a hangover. How dare you?
Yeah.
No smoking and nothing else objectionable. -2.
Incredible.
-2.
Incredible. We did look it up while you were doing this.
Yeah.
Shallow Hal.
Yeah.
Subtitle, Romantic Redemption. -3. Language heavy, violence light, sex light, nudity moderate.
Nice. Can I explain you the ratings page now? Because I did deep dive and find the fucking ratings page on this
tell me
website.
all about this
So I'm
ratings
going to explain the ratings to you.
Yeah. The hobo code.
The hobo code. What the ratings mean. An explanation of our ratings. Many people ask us for an explanation of our ratings for movies. The information below should help answer most questions they and other people may have about this issue. Please contact us for any further questions. So, no, I might contact you. All right. 4 stars, excellent. 3 stars, good. 2 stars, fair. 1 star, poor. Our quality ratings refer to the production value of the movie, the entertainment quality of the production, and whether the movie fulfills what it tries to do. A 4-star rating does not guarantee the movie will meet our criteria for what makes a truly fine, much less great work of art. That kind of criteria depends on a lot of one's moral and spiritual values. Issues with acceptability ratings, see below, are meant to address. So you can have a 4-star excellent movie and it still get a negative because it's a beautifully shot film.
Yeah.
So The Holiday is a 4-star quality film, even though it's a -2.
And you know what? I looked, and that's the same with Rogue One.
Yeah.
However, Shallow Hal is a -3 with only 2 stars.
The factual
because
statement.
the reviewer hated this movie,
as they should,
and also was like, keep all children away.
Yeah. Also, it's what's his name from Seinfeld was in it. He plays a terrible guy. The bald guy from Seinfeld.
Jason Alexander.
Yeah, he's in that film. He plays the worst guy.
You know, Jason Alexander is one of those guys who is like has been cursed. Where I've never seen him play a role that I've liked him in outside of Seinfeld. Like I liked him as George Costanza.
Yeah.
I hate Seinfeld, but I like George Costanza and like the way he plays that. And like when he plays Jason Alexander, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's just in this weird.
He plays the same shitty guy in every movie. Because like Shallow Hal, he's the same guy that he is in Pretty Woman.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
A
He's
rapist?
Oh, I didn't say that.
Okay.
So let's go to the acceptability rating. So this is our number rating. +4 is exemplary. Biblical, usually Christian worldview with no questionable elements whatsoever. That's a +4.
+4.
+3, moral. Some minor questionable elements. Media wisdom is suggested to discuss.
Media wisdom, not literacy.
Nope.
Media wisdom.
You should have wisdom about media, not literacy, so that you can discuss this film properly. Because again, the whole idea of this is that you're watching whatever movie this is with a child, and you need to be able to discuss it and the morals of it.
A child or a weak-willed adult.
Yes, we'll get there.
Yeah.
+2, good. Moderately questionable elements, discernment required for young children. +1, worthwhile. Caution advised for young children. It's a worthwhile film, but caution for young children. -1, caution advised for older children, including teenagers and sensitive adults.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I noticed there's no 0.
There is no 0.
I guess these are definitely European Christians because they still haven't learned the concept of 0 from the Aztecs.
There's no 0.
What the fuck are we doing here?
And somebody needs to tell me what sensitive adults are. Anyway.
Listen, I've been on Blue Sky.
-2, extreme caution. Extreme caution for older teenagers and adults. Okay, -3, excessive. Excessive sex, violence, immorality, and/or worldview problems. Now, in quotes, it says, sometimes excessive content such as violence is in otherwise redemptive movies such as Saving Private Ryan. But usually, these movies are to avoid. Okay? So if we're winning a war, yes.
Yeah.
Any other thing? No.
Yeah, war violence is fine.
Yeah.
You know, because remember, it says thou shalt not murder. It doesn't say thou shalt not kill.
Got it.
You can kill. You just can't murder.
Okay, one day you'll explain that to me.
That is the logic that I've literally heard barked back at me.
Yeah, the way that Caitlyn Jenner killed someone, but she didn't get tried for murder.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, got
100%.
Okay, -4, abhorrent, intentionally blasphemous, evil, gross, immorality, and/or a worldview problems to be avoided. Okay. So then they have these acceptability ratings take into account cognitive stages of development in children, teenagers. They take into account moral issues and theological issues. Acceptability ratings help parents, fathers and mothers. Now that's in quote. It says fathers and mothers only. So no 2 dads or 2 moms.
Yeah, of course.
Or any non-binary.
This is the movie guide, all right? This isn't
father and mother only.
We are trying to guide Christians through movies, all right? We're not trying to woke.
Okay, so let's skip down here. Now there's a 5-step scale to traditional literacy genres.
Real fast. Just because as you were mentioning it, it dawned on me. I'm like, I've been trying to find a -4 movie.
Yeah.
As you were talking about it. And then I immediately was just like, oh, wait, Dogma by Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
And then as I started scrolling down, it's like, oh, every Kevin Smith movie is a -4.
Oh, for sure.
Every single Kevin Smith movie, they're like, fuck this movie.
Yeah.
This movie's evil. Keep this movie. Like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, they're like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Clerks 2, they're like, the donkey scene? Absolutely not. I'm just like dying laughing as I'm scrolling down.
I bet if you reviewed it though, the person was like, "This is dog for dog," but they're like, "The movie's terrible," but also Salma Hayek, meow. So traditional literacy genres, the 5-step scale: 1, mythic. The triumph of God or gods may also be called apocalyptic. Some myths are heroic, ironic, or demonic, or involve trickster protagonists. There's 2, heroic, the triumph of man over by his own means. 3, high ironic, the triumph of man by a quirk of fate. Low ironic, the failure of man by the quirk of fate. And demonic, the triumph of evil or demons.
I thought demonic only existed in TikTok reviews. We're getting demonic energy over here.
So then, okay, this reviewer and the way that they're doing these rules here, these ratings, they have Aristotle's 4 basic plots for us.
Okay.
Number 1, man against man.
Okay.
Number 2, man against nature. Number 3, man against himself. 4, man against supernatural.
Oh my
These are
God.
also porn search engines. I just want you to know.
Oh God. Oh.
And then under it says, to which I might add, for our science fiction fans, man against aliens. There are also other basic genre points for genres such as science fiction, westerns, mysteries, horror, police procedurals, musicals, comedies, and suspense thrillers.
But all of those still fit in those. They're just dumb. They just don't understand metaphor, because if you're doing man against man, you can still do man against man if one of the men is an alien.
Yeah.
That's Superman. Superman's an alien. He's fighting Lex Luthor. That's man against man.
It's me again, Quan Mills. Man
It's
against
me again.
alien?
Man against alien?
That's
Oh,
Quan
check out
Mills.
my new book, How I Got My Homie Aliens Pregnant.
Quan Mills.
It's an interdimensional alien and preg film.
-4.
4 stars, -4.
So then they have
I
this,
want these fuckers to review Quan Mills' books.
so
This would blow their minds, dude.
positive worldviews. They have this whole section about the different worldviews, moral worldviews,
Yeah,
Christian worldviews. I'm not getting into that.
Okay.
Then they have a whole section about anti-Christian worldviews. Humanism, romanticism, paganism, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Then there's a glossary of what profanity means.
Yeah, I need.
obscenity.
Where's my hobo
I'm
clothes?
getting to it. Abbreviations.
Thank you.
Okay, abbreviation. So these are all the little letters we saw peppered in. We didn't
Yes.
know what they meant,
Yes.
but I found them.
Okay.
Okay. Now there's one that says AB, AB, AB. That's very strong anti-biblical, anti-Christian, or anti-Jewish worldviews.
Which reads as ab.
Now for ACA.
Hold on. Ab. Wait, he's being anti-Christian. Ab.
AC is anti-communist element worldview. So I think that might be a positive in theirs. Okay, but ACAP, that's anti-capitalist, anti-wealth, and the politics of envy. ACAP.
Wait, they made ACAP?
ACAP.
ACAP is anti-capitalist?
Yeah. I stay ACAP, baby.
Yo, we ACAP, y'all.
No, you are. Sometimes I'm not.
Yeah, you're not. You're not.
AP is anti-patriotism or anti-Americanism. A is light, brief alcohol use. Funnily enough, AA is alcohol use or drunkenness.
Oh, they hit an AA with that?
But for AAA, we have heavy drunkenness and alcoholism.
Well, that's because you need to use AAA to
have
get
to
your car.
you gotta get your
out
car
of the
home.
ditch. Yeah.
B is mild or light biblical worldview. BB, strong biblical. BBB, very strong biblical. C, light Christian. Double C, strong Christian. Blah, blah.
I have it open over here. There's one that jumps out to me immediately. Uppercase F, lowercase E. Feminist worldview.
Yup.
That's a big one on there.
This is the thing you need to know. If it just says capital F, lowercase e, that's a feminist worldview. But then if they increase it to F-E-F-E, that's more feminism. If it's F-E-F-E-F-E, there's 3 F-Es, that's too much feminism.
Got it.
So that's why the AC.
That's why below it, when it says FR, that is a very strong non-Christian heresy.
Yup.
With false religion. False religion is what it stands for.
Yeah, HH is strong humanist worldview.
Got it.
Yeah, look out.
Got it.
Oh, ho. Did you see ho?
I saw ho, ho, ho. I see ho, ho, ho.
Read ho to me.
I'm going to read you ho, ho, ho.
No, read ho first.
Ho is light homosexual worldview or homosexuality. Including sodomy and lesbianism.
Look out for lesbianism.
Yeah, but ho 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 is very strong homosexual worldview or homosexual elements. Hell yeah, baby. Hold on. We're getting a double on that one.
No, you better triple it. Because it's ho, ho, ho. Very strong homosexual worldview and homosexual elements.
I went ho, ho, ho. And from here on out, when you hear someone yell ho, 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 just know they open up the back of their throat.
Santa crazy. Santa going crazy right now.
I'm crushing not just chimneys.
He's sliding down. He's here for cookies and milk. Yeah. Ho, 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 bitch. Yeah, so anyway, that's what the little letters mean.
Gotcha. ACAP broke me.
Yeah, ACAP is the best one.
ACAP broke me hard. Mr. Third just brought up, speaking of Brokeback Mountain.
What do you think?
Well, it says here it's -4, obviously. But it's 3 stars on quality. They're like, it's a good movie.
Good film.
They're like, no, it's
thematically it's good.
They gave it more stars than Shallow Hal. They gave it more stars than Shallow Hal. But we have here. All right, you have the chart up, right?
Oh yeah.
What is row, row, row?
Row. Oh, so 2 rows? Or
3 rows. 3 rows.
Very strong romantic, idealistic worldview. Romantic elements.
Okay, because there's
so this is a lot of romance.
Yeah, no, so it's a row, 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 and a ho, ho, ho.
Oh, row, 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 ho, ho.
And then it has a double ACAP.
Double ACAP, anti-capitalist.
Yep, and then there's a single cap.
Just one cap alone.
What's a one cap?
A solo cap? Let's see. Capitalism.
Oh, just capitalism
just
in general?
Capitalism.
Are they pro or anti-cap?
Because if you're cap and ACAP, you can't be both.
Yeah, well, no, see, they're double ACAP. But single cap.
So if
it should just be negative, a single. It should just they should cancel out.
It's a double negative.
These people are dumb. They've never been taught math.
They don't understand how batteries work.
They don't know that 0 exists.
Yeah.
They don't understand math.
They don't know how batteries work. And I listened to beautiful music that taught me how batteries work.
Yeah, no, this is pretty incredible. They do point out that there is a Christian wedding scene with the Lord's Prayer. They do.
Oh, there's a wedding, all right.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely a wedding.
Do you want to take a quick break and then we'll come back with another one of your movies?
As we take a quick break, can I tell you my favorite quote from the movie Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah.
Okay.
See you on the other side of the break.
And we're back. If you don't like hearing commercials, you can always join us at pearlmania500.net to get ad-free listening to our show. And also, you can hear all of our new fun content that we have over there, like the Vibing with the Food Idiot.
Yep.
And also our new unnamed podcast that is paywalled completely, where we react to your comments on both Patreon, YouTube, and on iTunes reviews.
Yeah.
Mrs. P and I are going to pull 5 of our favorites each week, and we are going to cover those over there. So make sure you write cool comments down below, and that way we have stuff that we can react and then interact with you. It's called engagement, folks. We're trying to engage with you.
Speaking
deeply.
of engagements, and we already talked about the marriage on Brokeback Mountain.
Yes.
What's your next movie?
Okay, so I originally was sitting down and I was choosing my favorite films.
Yeah.
And then I realized I don't get to watch my favorite films anymore. It's the same reason why we haven't seen so many of the movies that are listed on the front page of the movieguide.org because we have a child.
Yeah.
And right now, there is only one movie series that I am now deep into.
Okay. All
and
right.
I'm locked in lore-wise.
Yeah.
And as the movie guide says, this is a film series that has adventure, laughter, and wild fun. That's right. I chose Disney Pixar's Cars 2. Cars 2. A movie that I am so familiar with that it hurts my brain. Now, let's look at the chart on this one. The chart, we have none for language, none for sex, none for nudity. I would argue on that one, though. Because quite a few of the cars do not have paint on them. But the violence they claim is light. And again, I would argue that one as well.
Yeah.
The violence in Cars 2 is actually quite high, with many murders of cars. Multiple cars are literally murdered. The cars in Cars 2 are alive. I want to be clear about that to everyone. The cars are alive. They have souls and sentience.
Yeah.
The movie the Cars 2 is different than Cars 1 and 3. Let me explain to our listeners who have never had the pleasure of getting balls deep into cars. Cars 1 is about Lightning McQueen, and he's in a race.
Yep.
Cars 3 is about Lightning McQueen learning that he is aging out of racing.
Yeah.
Cars 2 is a spy movie.
Yeah.
It's an international spy movie that focuses the main character of Tow Mater. Tow Mater is Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
It's a rusted out tow truck voiced by Larry the Cable Guy, but it falls into a spy who knew nothing type of story where he is mistaken as an American spy, and he starts working with, why am I blanking on his name? Muppet Christmas Carol.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine voices Finn McMissile,
Yep.
a British car spy, and then there's all this other hijinks ensue. Now, the movie has violence.
Yeah.
He is a super agent that is being constantly chased down and trying to be murdered. And in fact, the first super agent that we hear of, we are shown as a crushed corpse.
Yeah.
Because they put him inside of a car crusher.
Yeah.
That is light violence.
That's light.
Multiple cars fall off an oil rig, and you see their parts float up to the top because they are destroyed. There is a ray gun that is used and aimed at race cars that is a secret movie camera that makes their insides boil and explode.
Yeah.
So there are multiple murders throughout this movie. And so I just want to be clear about that. That is light violence.
Yeah, light.
That is light violence according to these people. Now that we know the code, it is ACAP.
Yay!
It has an anti-capitalist message. Let me explain. Very strong moral worldview.
Okay.
With some redemptive elements of sacrifice and forgiveness.
Oh.
Some strong capitalist elements of competing, winning, and advertisements, with some light politically correct environmentalist anti-capitalist content about big oil.
Yeah, the whole plot of the movie is that some guy invented a new type of gasoline for cars to run on.
Yes.
But then all these old style cars from like the 90s are trying to destroy it because they want to run on old petrol.
Well, no, because they found the biggest petrol reserve underneath this one specific area.
Yeah.
Anyway, they said the environmentalists include a comment. And they flagged this comment.
Okay.
The Christian Nationalist at Movie Guide thought this comment might be too far.
Yeah.
A character says, once big oil, always big oil.
Why is that too far? I thought they were pro big oil.
No, because the movie is implying that big oil's bad.
Oh.
Once big oil, always big oil. They're like, shouldn't be making jokes like that.
Yeah.
To our kids. Our kids should love oil. But the focus on making a moral statement against cheating to win.
Okay, yep.
Get ahead or get rich.
All right.
And there's no foul language, but some very light bathroom humor about leaking oil.
Yeah.
And a villain car falls into brown waste from a waste truck. And Tow Mater goes into a Japanese bathroom stall, which turns out to be something like a car wash. Which I want to tell you.
Oh my God, they don't know what a bidet is.
They don't know what a bidet is.
What is a bidet? He didn't know how to use it.
He didn't know how to use the Japanese bidet. It starts spraying everywhere.
Yeah.
It's the reason why he ends up being confused as the American spy.
Yeah.
Because
it's a pivotal plot moment.
It is probably the most important part of the movie.
Is that Tomater doesn't know how to use a bidet.
Yes.
Funny enough, that happened at our house on Christmas one year.
Yeah.
Where someone turned our bidet on and shot themselves in the face.
Yes, they did. They were like, what is this knob? And they did. They Tow-Matered themselves.
They Tow-Matered themselves.
Our bidet does not have giggles.
Yeah.
Someday I will go to Japan and I will have a bidet giggle at me.
Yeah.
As it sprays my butt. Lots of light action. Back to the content.
Okay, sorry.
Lots of light action and comic violence, such as shooting, cars deliberately wrecked, cars crushed off screen, cars startle and tip over sleeping tractor. That's the cows.
I was going to say that's the cow?
Yeah, when they do cow tipping, the cows in cars are tractors. Characters fall, cars fight, and plenty of chases. No sex, no nudity. They're cars. Cars offered liquid concoctions that are pictured like cocktails with alcohol.
Uh-oh.
So there is an alcohol. They use martini glasses.
Yeah.
But it's gas. No smoking or drugs and nothing else objectionable. Now, in their more detail, I scoured their review.
Yeah.
Because there's a thing that happens in Cars 2 that for people who have YouTube brain rot, it's very important that this be noted. They never mention it once.
Okay.
So the fact that it's never brought up drove me crazy because Cars 2 has a Christian worldview.
Okay.
And I know this.
Why?
Because Christ exists in Cars.
What do you mean?
Jesus Christ had to exist because in Cars 2, the Pope is at the fucking race. The Pope Mobile in Italy is there, and the Pope Mobile is wearing the Pope hat.
Yeah.
And look, this is it. This is it right here. I'm putting it on the screen. The Pope Mobile is cheering during cars. So if there is a Catholic Pope car, that means that there is a Catholic religion. And the Catholic religion means that there has to be a Catholic Christ.
Yep.
Which means there had to be and they're in Italy.
Yep.
And I think they're in Rome at one point, which means there was a Roman Empire.
Okay.
Who definitely car crucified? A carpenter?
A carpenter?
Yes, a carpenter. Also, there's Car Hitler. That's been known. No, everyone knows. Everyone knows.
Stop it.
Everyone knows. In the first, second, and third Cars movie, there is a Jeep. It's a World War II style Jeep.
Yep. Oh, that implies World War II.
That implies a World War II. That implies a Car Hitler.
I thought that car was a Vietnam Jeep.
There's the same era. It's like that style
only
Jeep.
Because he was so mad at the hippie van the whole time.
No, but the people who were mad at the hippie vans, those were really like the Korean War and World War II veterans.
Yeah.
And then there's the hippie van who's clearly getting high, and it's actually one of the subtexts of the entire thing is that Lightning McQueen is using the hippie gas, which is organic gasoline, which is why then the confusing plot. Because they also even point out, this is actually from the review, the pace in Cars 2 is a bit frenetic at times, and there are too many plot lines competing with one another. Finally, the intricate spy plot sometimes may be a little hard for younger children to follow, especially in the middle and at the very end, which I want to point out is the entirety of a movie. For example, one of the twists at the end was difficult to catch because it went by so fast. And I'm like, was it?
Was he talking about how fast the cars drove by?
No, he's talking about the fact that I think it's the reveal. I think it's the villain reveal and the motivation of who this guy is the entire time.
Well, we don't want to spoil the plot with who the villain is because everybody's definitely going to go watch Cars 2 after this.
It's definitely going to be one of those moments where you're like, oh, Eddie Izzard's in this?
Love Eddie Izzard.
The villain? Eddie Izzard's amazing. I love Eddie. Also, who now uses different terms and everything else and is still working through.
I think
I think Stacy was one of the names that she was going by. But she said it's one of those ones where she understands because she's so much older in life that she's comfortable with all of it.
Yeah.
But she's more impressed that people are accepting her using her new name and all these different things and people are trying is what was very important to her. And what's funny is actually the character that Eddie Izzard plays in the movie
Cars 2
actually has changed because it's a whole reveal that it was this this like ancient car that had a bad
it was
thing.
A Trans Am.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. It's a fucking.
I just got puns today.
You're punning it up. You're punning it up.
I got that InSyncerator, and I've been crazy since.
Yeah, ever since we got a new garbage disposable called an InSyncerator, and now you're pun-ishing us with these reviews.
I'm gonna punish you with my next review.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was trying to think of. I wanted to go for movies that I liked, that have a place in my heart, that aren't the best movie, but they have a place within my mind of like, this is iconic, and I wanted to see if it was there. And so I did, in fact, find it, The Lighthouse.
Ooh, good movie.
Its little quote thing says, dark, eerie, and unsettling. Now, here's the fun thing about The Lighthouse. Our little rating review under language, violence, sex, and nudity, all 4 are in bright red under heavy.
Wait. They think The Lighthouse has heavier violence than the Death Star blowing up 2 separate places. That is still okay. No, that's fine.
Let me quick review here. The Lighthouse takes place on a small island off the coast of New England as 2 lighthouse keepers perform their duties. A young man named Winslow has taken a job as the second to Thomas Wake. Every day, Winslow rises and struggles through tough physical labor, and then has to deal with Thomas, who drinks his weight in alcohol every night. As time passes, Winslow finds himself doing the same, but his mind begins to take a turn during the day. He dreams of a romance with a mermaid. He sees strange creatures in the ceiling and begins to draw suspicions about his coworker. However, when a storm hits the small island, it's questionable if Winslow can hold on to his sanity. The Lighthouse is directed by the same director as the occult horror movie The Witch, and the two movies follow a very similar style. The overtone is dark, eerie, and unsettling. The Lighthouse is packed full of immorality, extreme alcohol abuse, violence, perversion, and sin. There is a lot of cursing and inappropriate sexual content. Media-wise, the moviegoers will find that The Lighthouse is abhorrent.
How many stars did they give it, though?
It's got 4 stars.
4 stars, yeah, exactly. They know it's a good movie.
Also, guess what? This is a -4.
I knew it was.
It's a -4.
You know how I knew it was?
Why?
Number one, because you can see some butt in there.
Yeah.
They're drinking heavily in it. They curse a lot.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a kid's movie. I mean, that's the thing. It's definitely not a kid's movie. But also, I knew it was going to be a -4 because of its anti-Christian message in one scene.
Yeah.
Can I quote you the scene?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn ye! Damn ye! Let Neptune strike ye dead, Winslow! Hark! Hark, Triton! Hark! Bellow! Bid our father, the Sea King, rise from the depths! Full foul in his fury, black waves teeming with salt foam, to smother this young mouth with pungent slime, to choke ye, engorging your organs till you turn blue and bloated with bilge and brine, and can scream no more, only when he, crowned in cockle shells and slithering tentacle tail and screaming beard, take up his fell befinned arm, his coralline trident, screeches, banshee-like in the tempest, and plunges right through your gullet, bursting ye, a bulging bladder no more, but a blasted bloody film now, and nothing for the harpies and the souls of dead sailors to peck and claw and feed upon, only to be lapped and swallowed by the infinite waters of the dread emperor himself. Forgotten to any man, to any time, forgotten to any god or devil, forgotten even to the sea, for any stuff or part of Winslow, Evin, any scanting of your soul is Winslow no more, but now itself the sea.
So yeah, they gave that a -4. I think you did great.
Thank you.
You gonna be able to talk later?
No, I'm good.
So let me quickly just...
I didn't realize how long that quote was until I was at the third line.
I can't believe you went fully through it. I thought you were going to jump out.
There's one thing I want to say to all the listeners out there. When I do something for a bit, I go full hog. And if you want to go full hog and support us, you can join us at pearlmania500.net. Where we've actually talked about me doing that as a TikTok before.
Yeah.
Me doing the whole hark, because the hark scene, it's over cooking a lobster.
Yeah, it's overcooking the lobster.
Yeah, he's like, I don't like the way you look at cocktail. He's like, hark! And he goes to, just starts screaming hark.
Well, yeah, because if you've ever lived with a roommate and you're at the end of it and then they're in the kitchen and they left too many dishes or something, that's where you get.
Yeah.
Anyway, this got a PA, an H, an O, a C, an LLL, a VVV, an SSS, an NNN, an AAA, a D, and an MM. Dominant worldview and other worldview content elements. Strong pagan worldview with many other elements dispersed throughout. Pleasures of the flesh. Driven desires take precedence in the motivation for the storyline and characters. Some pagan elements cross over into occult themes with superstitions coming true and a belief in reincarnation. Although there is one minor element where a man claims to be a, quote, God-fearing man, but he doesn't behave like it and is never acknowledged again besides that one short conversation. Many fantasy themes as it's unclear what is reality and what is delusion. A man says a sort of prayer to King Triton while trying to curse someone else.
Hey, hark!
Foul language, more than 45 obscenities and profanities with 15 goddams. 2 uses of the F word. And one time saying Jesus, Mary, and Joseph as an exclamation. What is my grandma here?
I swear, I was saying to you before, I feel like their rating system is set by the town from Footloose.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, in one scene they said a gosh darn. Oh.
A man is shown vomiting. Men are shown urinating into buckets of water many times.
Yep.
The bucket is shown once with urine and feces in it, later being thrown into someone's face. A man passes gas throughout the movie. A few inappropriate comments. Violence. Extreme and strong violence includes a dead body is shown floating in the water. A man is slapped violently in the face. A man is very high above the ground and falls. A man angrily grabs a seagull and kills it by slamming its head repeatedly against the concrete.
Which is, in the movie, is a reincarnated soul of a dead sailor. Yeah. That's what when they're like, they talk about reincarnation, that's one of the things that they're covering.
A human head is found in a lobster trap.
Yep.
A few fist fights in wrestling. A man punches the glass on a clock, causing his hand to bleed. A man is treated like a dog with a leash and collar, and then shown buried alive.
That is.
A man's shoulder is chopped open with an axe. A man's head is chopped with an axe. There is a spray of blood. A man falls down a long staircase. A man is eaten by birds. It's shown to be very bloody and painful, which I would assume being eaten by birds is. There's 2 different stories about murdering another person. Let's get to sex. Multiple explicit scenes showing self-abuse. That's what masturbation is. Self-abuse. A man fantasizes about fornicating with a mermaid and is shown close up touching her mermaid breasts.
Uh-oh.
One sex scene with mermaid. A man is implied to be masturbating and bodily fluid is shown dripping down. A man says he would have sex with a steak. Now that, in fairness, I have had a steak in my life once or twice. So I said, you know what?
Can I tell you?
I'd fuck that piece of meat.
Well, before this, we were even discussing like what movies and things like that to possibly put on these lists. And then when I was downstairs, I was watching an interview with Superman.
Yeah.
The new Superman. And they're like, Nicholas Holt's in it. And I was like, oh my God, I love Nicholas Holt. We love him in The Great.
Yeah.
And all these different things. And then you're like, and The Menu. Because that's one of your favorite movies.
Yeah.
And that is definitely a movie where somebody would say they'd fuck a steak.
Yeah. I have The Menu on here.
You did? You added on it? Okay. All right, go ahead. What do we got next?
So then we're really just gonna, after the sex stuff, it goes into nudity, upper female nudity, a mermaid's crotch, full male nudity shown from the side.
And it's good. And it's good. The movie's Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe.
And we all know about Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, we all know. We all know about Willem Dafoe. Oh, the devil's coming for you.
I'm not going to say that one. Extremely heavy alcohol use throughout, and many examples.
Yeah, they're drinking like paint thinner at one point.
Yeah, here we go. Next comma. When the characters run out of alcohol, they drink what can be assumed to be fuel or kerosene mixed with honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why they're going so crazy. Then there's a subcategory called miscellaneous immorality, and that's my new T-shirt. Miscellaneous immorality. Immoral content throughout, examples of lying and deception, running from the law, crimes without punishment, moral relativism throughout. There is no guide or compass for the characters, and they do as they please, and what is the best thing for them at the time.
I think a blank notebook.
Yeah.
Like a really nice like diary style one that's like blank pages, and on the front it says miscellaneous immorality on the front.
I'm trademarking it tonight.
Yeah, we gotta get this on. Listen, we're recording this on a Thursday. It drops on a Sunday. You got like 3 days to go get this locked in. But yeah, my miscellaneous immorality is incredible.
What's your next movie?
What a pick! I just want real quick. Just want. Thank you. Good job.
Thanks.
What a fucking pick.
I thought it was going to be a good one, and I was right.
You knocked it out of the park with this one.
With William Dafoe's dong.
I'm going to read you the subtitle first.
Okay,
and I
great.
want you to guess it based on just the subtitle.
Oh, shit.
You
okay.
ready?
Yeah.
Stirring, redemptive, pro-life action movie.
Stirring, redemptive, pro-life action movie.
Yeah, stirring, redemptive, pro-life action movie.
I can't think of any action movie that's pro-life because people always die. So what is an action movie at its core?
Yeah.
I'm going to be like the Gem cartoon movies?
No, what? No.
I don't know. I'm thinking of action.
You can't guess. You can't guess
I can't
what
guess.
I would pick.
What?
It's Godzilla -1. They said that Godzilla -1 is a pro-life action movie.
Wait, I thought that Okay, I never saw this, but you saw this movie in the theater alone.
Yes.
You said Godzilla's your favorite movie.
Yes.
So you went to see Godzilla alone.
Yes, 100%.
And then you cried in the car after you left the movie theater.
Yes.
And then you came home and you couldn't even put into words what you're trying to explain to me about the movie.
Yes.
I had to wait, I think, 48 hours before you could kind of give me a summary.
Yeah, they kept sobbing.
Yeah, you kept the crying.
Yeah, because it's the greatest Godzilla movie ever made.
But I don't remember in any of what you told me how it could be pro-life.
So here's the thing. I think we're viewing the term pro-life the way it's been used by the Christian right.
Yes.
As being anti-abortion.
Yeah.
It's not. I think they mean like affirming life and not being suicidal. Because the movie of Godzilla -1, the main character is he was what's the word I'm looking for? The planes and kamikaze pilot. Mm-hmm. He is a kamikaze pilot who didn't complete his mission.
Okay.
And he has survivor's guilt throughout the entire movie. And a big overarching theme of it is that.
Yeah.
Is that there is this like thing about this. But let me read you the content from this one.
Okay.
Dominant worldview and other worldview content / elements. Because then eventually, as we've gotten more to modern era, they break up. Before it was just like this weird paragraph where everything. Now they break it up.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a little bit better. So I'm sure when you were doing the Lighthouse,
it's
like it was easier to follow.
Yeah, exactly. It says like smoking, alcohol use.
Yeah, all those things are broken. They actually punch them out. Yeah. But in the older ones, they were just like, here's a paragraph in there. We'll also mention no nudity, no smoking at the end.
Yeah, kissing.
So for worldview, strong redemptive worldview, which is true, with very strong moral pro-life values and strong conservative, patriotic, anti-statist values.
Okay.
Which doesn't make sense. But so they want to say it's patriotic because the main characters are trying to protect Japan.
Yeah.
But they're anti-statist because they're not yielding to the state for the protection.
Got it.
In this like really weird way. But a lot of like the movie is really tied up in like the fact that this is a country that just lost a world war.
Yeah.
And it has to become anti-military. And they can only have like the Japanese Defense Force, but they aren't there yet.
Yeah.
And so like it is like this band of heroes and like a scientist and some other people and the pilot himself, the kamikaze pilot, like has to like get behind a plane again and all these different things. The movie promotes sacrifice, forgiveness, protecting life, service, family, loving family relationships, the value of life, service, and urges people to be self-sufficient and take responsibility for their country instead of relying on the government.
Oh my God.
They're like, these are the positives.
Yeah.
Foul language, one D word and one H word.
Is H hell?
I think H is hell.
I wish they would just write HE double hockey stick. That's the energy they bring.
Or something. But like D, can I tell you, when I said one D word, I think they mean damn, but I was like, when did Godzilla say dick? Like that was immediately, I'm like, if you're talking about the D and it's a lowercase D, I'm like, fuck you.
I love that they lowercase all the bad words because only God can have a capital G.
Yes, yeah, I know. It's amazing. Violence, strong and sometimes intense, scary action violence.
Well, because it's Godzilla.
Because it's Godzilla. Includes large-scale destruction from Godzilla, knocking over buildings and stepping on people and things. And there's some blood and injury and death when people are eaten, stepped on, or struck by Godzilla.
Real quick, can you remind me, what's our violence thing on this one?
Okay, so on this one, language is light, sex none, nudity none, violence moderate.
This is still moderate? The lizard giant is stepping on people.
At one point, Godzilla picks up a train.
Yeah.
And like holds it like a nunchuck as people are falling out of it.
What the fuck is high violence at
and
this
when
point?
he shoots, let me tell you something. When he shoots his laser breath in this movie, it's a nuclear blast. And the blast zone, there's a scene where a character is reaching out as the shockwave hits and she's blown away from his hand in like a way that hurt me. Like at a level, because it's like this is basically like his in-movie wife.
Yeah.
He's been like building a family with. It's a will they, won't they? Can he get over this PTSD of the war? And she's like right there with him.
Yeah.
And she is ripped away by Godzilla. And Godzilla is like the personification of his shame. It's incredible. And in that moment, it's the most violent, shocking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And like moderate. Moderate. But can I tell you, because here's the thing, is like this movie, obviously, it is a Japanese film with Japanese mentality. It isn't the only type of Godzilla. And what most people didn't see Godzilla -1, the only Godzilla movie to ever win an Oscar.
Yeah.
Deservedly so. most people have been watching the modern MonsterVerse Godzillas, right? So those are the ones that have Godzilla versus King Kong. They're the American-made ones that had Bryan Cranston in them, and they have the girl from Stranger Things, Millie Bobby Brown. She's in them. So I picked my favorite of those.
Hold on real quick. You didn't tell me the score of Godzilla -1.
Oh, because I was so mad about it. They gave Godzilla -1 a -1. They gave Godzilla -1 a -1. They did also give it 4 stars.
Well, it's cinematic.
They gave it. It's a cinematic masterpiece, and they can't argue with the Oscars.
Yeah.
But it was. They said this is the equivalent of Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Now this next one. Is I went with Godzilla King of Monsters.
Okay.
Because this is, to me, the best of the MonsterVerse Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
Now, on this one, they have the subtitle is Sometimes You Need a Monster to Save the Day.
Oh.
Because this is a movie where...
Luigi.
A Luigi, yes. This is the movie where Godzilla kills, he fights Ghidorah and he fights Rodan, and there is also Mothra's there.
Oh, Mothra,
and Godzilla is declared the king of all of the kaijus. So all of the big monsters, they all get this one. For worldview, very mixed worldview with a strong pagan, environmentalist worldview where creatures are to be worshipped and revered, even above humans by some characters.
Oh.
Yeah. Characters speak of bringing balance to nature and that the natural order requires titans to rule over humans. And a lot of this is implied because they keep, as these titans, as Godzilla and other things keep appearing, they find ancient settlements and they're like, oh, well, back in the day, these guys have just been sleeping for a long time. Yeah. And this is what they used to view them as, is like these gods. And it's this whole fucking stupid thing. Yeah. But like they're taking huge offense to this.
Yeah. How dare you?
There's fear mongering about poverty, overpopulation, and climate change.
Okay.
There's brief references to Eastern religion, which again, big no-no.
Fear mongering poverty, huh?
Yeah, they're fear mongering poverty.
We shouldn't fear poverty. Got it.
Okay, and can I tell you what the fear mongering of poverty is?
Yeah.
Is because in the first movie, Godzilla and the things he fights create such a swath of destruction that people are trying to figure out how to survive inside the wreckage.
Yeah.
And Godzilla and the monsters themselves are a metaphor for climate change.
Yeah.
And with overpopulation, because the populations are moving into areas where the titans are sleeping, and so that's waking them up. But in that, you end up with refugees from these things, and which is why they create this monarch organization, which is like international FEMA. It's a whole deal. 1 or 2 references to evolution.
Ugh.
That they drove them crazy. But there's mixed with strong moral themes of family.
Oh, okay.
And strong Christological references and symbols with crucifix, crosses, short prayers, allusion to Godzilla being a savior, almost a Christ-like figure.
Oh, no.
And themes of self-sacrifice and redemption, plus positive portrayals of America's and other military.
No. So the American Godzilla is propaganda for America in a Japanese cultural film?
The American Godzilla has positive views because the American military is there helping people and trying. In the first one, especially in the Godzilla 2014, it's very like pro-military, like almost to the level of Transformers. Yeah. Because like Transformers, like our tax dollars paid for Transformers at a certain point. Because like a lot of those were like, listen, you want a Camaro? You want to hop in a Camaro that's also Bumblebee? Join the Marines. That's right, everybody. Join the Marines. That APR, 19.3%. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Your girlfriend's going to get married real quick at Disney World with you.
Oh, no. Wow, her gums go on forever. Anyway, foul language, 21 obscenities, which drives me crazy. I swear, they're just sitting there clicking, not even watching the movie.
Honestly,
they have to have a counter.
How much does this person get paid? Because, like, pay me to watch movies and hit a clicker on profanities.
Now, here's this.
Yeah.
Violence.
Got it.
Short monster mayhem with giant titans that are often frightening eating humans and stepping on them, destroying whole towns, and most often fighting each other. One creature that has 3 heads has one of its heads bitten off, and many off-screen deaths from the monsters. Humans are also shot by each other with some blood, and a man has shrapnel lodged in his leg. Sex?
None?
A reference is made to titans reproducing. Oh. With a short video of titans mating blurred out on a screen.
They blurred it out.
It's a dumb joke.
Yeah.
Now this is the part that gets me.
Got it.
Nudity, no nudity. Smoking and or drug abuse, none. Alcohol use, though. There is a note.
Okay.
Because it's referenced that a man became an alcoholic after losing his son who was stepped on by Godzilla. And they're like, I don't know. Listen, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And that same action that happened,
yeah,
that's inside of miscellaneous immorality.
Yeah.
Because divorce broke up that family.
Oh.
Because, listen, they watched their child be killed in a Titan attack.
Yeah.
And he started drinking because he couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And they obviously got
couldn't
divorced.
handle it?
Because so they get divorced.
Yeah.
And according to these psychopaths, they're like, that's not a good enough excuse.
Yeah, that's absolutely not moral of you.
Now, this is the part where I lost my mind.
Okay.
Under more detail. Other arguments showing that Godzilla is a Christological symbol is that he's called a king. Because Christ is king. That's what Nazis yell on Twitter.
Yeah.
And while calling itself Mecha Hitler.
Yeah.
We didn't even cover how Twitter is calling itself Mecha Hitler now.
We're not gonna.
Godzilla dies and goes into the depths of Earth in a Sheol-like place, which I don't know why they're using the Hebrew for hell.
Yeah.
And then he goes down there and he is resurrected. And then he defeats the evil false god. Because in the movie, Ghidorah, my favorite kaiju, which is this one right here, the three-headed gold dragon King Ghidorah, is implied to actually be from space and throws off the balance of all the natural Earthborn titans. So therefore, it's a false god that has fallen to Earth, a Lucifer, if you will. And also him being going down and being resurrected. Can we explain that? He goes to Atlantis. Godzilla in this movie goes to Atlantis because he gets so badly hurt.
Yeah.
And they're like, we need to recharge him as fast as possible.
Okay.
So the main character, this Japanese scientist, brings a nuke into Atlantis.
Sure.
Puts his hand on Godzilla and is like, hey, get him, big guy. Basically, like, it's like, oh, you're the best speech.
Yeah.
And then nukes himself. He lets off a nuke. He nukes Godzilla.
Okay.
And then Godzilla is like supercharged by the nuclear power and then pops up and then defeats Ghidorah. But they're like, yeah, that's just like Jesus. Jesus was just hit by a nuke.
The Roman emperor, known superpower.
Yeah. They also point out that there's a lot of crosses on churches.
Okay.
That are seen when especially Rodan flies by. But like those churches are destroyed by Rodan.
Yep.
Because Rodan is a firebird that lives inside of a volcano. And that volcano, I think, is in like Brazil. So it's just destroying Latin America. They're like, and this is literally as deep as these Christian nationalists can go. They're sitting there and they go, huh. They do that Leonardo DiCaprio meme of like, oh, there it is. I see it. Yeah. There's a cross. That's what they do. At one point, somebody says, my God, have mercy. And the Christian symbolism is slightly uncomfortable, especially given Godzilla's early history in movies as a villain. But this new series of Godzilla movies is clearly taking the route that Godzilla is a hero or savior. In the end, the movie has a very mixed worldview with prominent paganism, environmentalism, false religion. But there's also some strong biblical symbolism and moral redemptive themes about family, self-sacrifice, redemption, and even a message against divorce.
Why? It's not the message is that guy whose kid got stomped?
Yeah, but there's a whole, because the family kind of comes back together. By the way, the mom is also the one that releases the demon, that releases King Ghidorah, because she believes the word. She is like, the mom in this movie at one point loses her mind.
Yeah.
And basically becomes a like Seventh-day Adventist. Like, I need to bring around the end of the world.
Oh, so she is a Christian nationalist.
Yeah, she believes that Ghidorah and the other Titans need to be released to bring balance back, and that her son died because the world is out of balance.
So she's like, no, they should have Israel, and we should back Israel, because then
the end time will happen, and then I'll be raptured, and then I'll be back with my boys. Kind of like what's implied.
Yeah.
Both parents featured in the movie have to redeem themselves and overcome their grief for the sake of their daughter, Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh, okay. So this is all okay. I got it. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Let's take a little break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about my favorite fucking horror movie. And I got big thoughts, and you're going to love them.
Big thoughts? Okay. We'll be right back after this. And we're back. And Mrs. P, you have your favorite movie you want to tell me about.
So listen, The Menu. Mm-hmm. The actor came up and I was like, oh, right, The Menu. I love that movie. And then I immediately ran upstairs because I was like, I need to know what the movie guide thinks about The Menu.
Yeah.
And so let me tell you something. The little summary thing at the top, excessive, and ultimately unappetizing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Catty bitch.
Okay. The menu. Okay. We got our 4 things: language, violence, sex, and nudity. Right? Nudity. None. Mm-hmm. Sex. Light. Mm-hmm. Violence. Heavy.
This
language,
is the heavy violence?
Heavy.
Wait. This is the heavy violence.
This is heavy violence.
This is heavy violence.
The menu is heavy violence. This is above genocide. This is above
Godzilla.
Godzilla stomping babies. This is more violent. The menu is more violent.
I guess what it is in the reviewer's mind is maybe because there's one-on-one violence, and that you can actually, and because all of the characters are fleshed out people,
yeah,
and most of the actors are white.
Oh, okay, yep. The Menu is a comical horror movie about a young couple, Tyler and Margot, who travel to an isolated island to dine in an exclusive restaurant. The chef is a renowned culinary artist obsessed with his craft. Taylor has been obsessed over the chef and his food for some time and tries to get Margot to see how special their experience will be. The meal begins in a normal fashion. However, the guests quickly realize their host is cooking up something sinister when a man commits suicide as part of the main course.
It's not the main course. They're wrong. It's like an appetizer.
Yeah.
It's a multi-course meal, but it's like part of the appetizer is the man commits suicide that then starts to build from there.
Yeah.
They got that wrong.
They got it wrong.
They're already wrong.
The Menu is a unique horror movie.
It's not a horror movie. It's not a horror movie. It's a suspense. It's a dark comedy. It's not a horror movie.
To me, it's the dark comedy.
It's not.
Not at one point did I think horror or even suspensefully. I giggled like a mad woman during this movie.
You giggled. You giggled in a way that made me uncomfortable.
The chicken scissor scene.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah.
So anyway, it says the Menu is a unique horror movie with fantastic performances. The music blends well with the punchy editing and cinematography, which mirror the technical proficiency of the food preparation on screen. This results in a buildup of suspense with satisfying payoffs, whether comically or scary. However, the movie's tasteful presentation is marred by excessive violence and foul language. There is little to no moral substance in any of the characters' motives, values, or desires. But that's the Menu's main point.
Yes, that's 100%. He's murdering bad people.
Even so, media-wise, viewers probably will find the Menu ultimately unappetizing. Also, the Menu is given 4 stars for entertainment quality. They admit it's a great film.
Yeah.
It's a -3 for family content.
Of course.
But also, we are in heavy violence here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do the quick content review. And then, okay, ready? Quick content review. We got a PAPA, a PPA, BB, LL, VVV, AAM. I don't know what they mean anymore. Dominant worldview is strongly pagan worldview with some moral commentary on how culture often values that which actually is empty and can't satisfy, plus 2 minor references to God. There is foul language. There are at least 78 obscenities and more than 50 F words. 6 Jesus profanities and 1 goddamn profanity. That's in capitals, by the way.
Yeah, but a GD. They hit us with a GD this time.
6 light profanities and a vulgar phrase.
Okay.
For violence.
Also, but real quick, it's about a kitchen. So to me, like the
line coach.
You know what the worst part is? Like as you were up to foul language, I was like, oh, they don't curse in that movie.
Yeah,
it's one of those things.
Quietest kitchen ever.
It's so quiet. They just keep going. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Oh God. Listen, any person that listens to this podcast, or if you're watching on YouTube, and you have ever worked in the restaurant industry, please watch The Menu. It will give you the giggles about the restaurant industry in a way. There is so much catharsis in this film.
Here's what I'll say. If you can't get through the show The Bear because it's too accurate to a life that you've lived. Watch The Menu.
Yeah, watch The Menu.
The menu is written the way Inglourious Bastards was written.
Yeah.
Where it gets back at every customer you've ever had, every fucking manager you've ever had.
Yeah.
It's a Ralph Fiennes is incredible in the movie.
Incredible.
And Nicholas Hoult, who's
not
in
since the one he just did about the Pope. Conclave. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Ralph
a
Fiennes is
conclave.
out here, dude.
It's a conclave level. You know what?
Masterpiece.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I want to see a conclave of cars. It would just be called. It would just be called The Garage.
Oh no.
We're having a garage.
It's time for a garage.
Yeah.
Violence. Several violent, shocking scenes, including a man committing suicide as part of his, quote, dish by shooting himself in the head. Another man hangs himself off screen. A woman is stabbed in the neck with a kitchen knife in a very bloody scene. A group of people are burned alive. A man's finger is cut off with a kitchen knife. There is slapping, hitting, and other stabbings.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're like, it's just a brunch shift. Calm down.
My favorite is the this note here about alcohol use.
Yeah.
Where it just says wine is served throughout the movie. Yeah, it's a fucking restaurant. Oh my God. And the miscellaneous, there's no smoking or drugs. The miscellaneous immorality.
Yeah.
Is that the lead male character is often unkind towards the lead female character.
Yeah. Well, that's also, that point goes into sex, where sex says, none depicted, no implied sex scenes, but there are references to characters wanting to have sex, and it's revealed that the lead female character is a sex worker, and a married man is outed as having an affair.
Yeah. So
the lead male character is unkind to our female lead, who we find out is a sex worker.
Yeah.
And also, can I applaud this website for using more PC verbiage by calling her a sex worker instead of a prostitute or something demeaning.
Yeah.
This is woke.
Yeah, I think did we get wokeness dabbled in our Christian nationalism?
I don't know.
Maybe they've watched so many woke movies that it's accidentally
They're slowly getting woke.
It's slowly getting in there just a little bit. Mrs. P.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this,
What?
but our own Mr. Third gave us a quick list, and I just want you to hear what he presented as his 3 favorites.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Okay? First one he hit us with, a classic, and he went deep with this one, Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the Rain, a family classic.
A family classic. It's a +1 for family content, 4 stars, entertainment quality, very strong moral worldview. There's a lot of comedic violence in there, including a man charging a man with a spear. But, you know, that's in general, it's pretty good.
I want to admit, Amelia, that I've never seen that movie. I thought you were talking about Tom Holland on Lip Sync Battle.
No, you thought I was talking about Tom Holland singing Umbrella by Rihanna.
And then he starts with Singing in the Rain.
Yeah, he starts with Singing in the Rain, and then it moves into Umbrella.
I love that lip sync battle too. I've seen that multiple times.
Everybody has.
And you have to see Zendaya do her performance before his.
Yes.
As Bruno Mars.
Yes, because Zendaya also crushes it.
Yeah.
Yes.
As Bruno Mars, and then
you're thinking, you're like, oh, there's no way he's gonna beat this.
Yeah, and then Spider-Man does a full drag performance in the rain.
Yeah.
With a full backup dance and does like flips and shit. Well, of course, he's Spider-Man. He's Spider-Man.
No, it's not because he's Spider-Man. It's because he's that kid from the little Irish dancing movie.
Oh, yeah. Was that actually him, too?
That's him, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's a professional dancer his whole life.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But that's also Spider-Man.
Okay. Anyway,
so Singing in the Rain.
What's his second movie?
Good choice. His second movie, you might remember this one. The subtitle is An Epic Challenge for a Small Creature. It's Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. I thought it was going to be the Mouse Chef movie.
No, not Ratatouille.
That's an epic challenge for a small creature.
That is true. No, he picked Lord of the Rings.
Small creature is Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler. What do you mean? She's the main character.
Yeah,
How is she a small creature?
He specifically picked Fellowship of the Ring as his favorite. But I want to point out on this one, language, none. Sex, none. Nudity, none. Violence, heavy.
Oh, okay. We got it.
Yeah, he gave it a -1 family content, 4 stars entertainment quality. And this one, though, I do want to do a little pop out on this one in the more detail. Because you would think they'd have a problem with all the magic in this one.
Yeah.
But they go into actual theologians in the more detail to argue that Lord of the Rings is a Christian movie. Oh. Quote, Southern Baptist Theological Seminary professor James Parker notes, people say you have wizards in Lord of the Rings and you also have wizards in Harry Potter. So what's the difference? Gandalf the Wizard in Lord of the Rings is an angelic. He is being created by the one true God, who is kind of an archangel who is sent to help people accomplish the will of the one true God. So when they do magic in Lord of the Rings, it's not magic at all, but it is instead the angelic being, which has certain abilities to do things that non-angelic beings cannot do. In contrast, Quote, in Harry Potter, the wizard is a human being who is supernaturally empowered to perform magic tricks that may be used for selfish and evil purposes, says Southern Baptist Theological Seminary professor James Parker. Quote, this is where it could get very serious and very dark, he said, adding that, quote, a lot of information in Harry Potter leads him to conclude that Harry himself is buying into the dark side and into the occult. Now, this is again very funny.
Okay.
Because I think this is switched now. I think since this was written, this has switched.
Yeah.
Because Lord of the Rings is now viewed as woke because, as we talked about in prior episodes, black dwarves and black elves exist in the Rings of Power movies.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
And Harry Potter is now no longer considered demonic because J.K. Rowling lives in a castle full of mold and is the ultimate world turf who is funding so many weird, crazy organizations, many of which are aligned with Christian nationalism.
Yeah.
So I think, much like Mormons suddenly being able to drink Coca-Cola because they were left a lot of stock inside of a Coca-Cola company that the Mormon church can use.
Yep.
I think that Christian nationalists are now allowed to watch Harry Potter because also if they get to the last movie, they discover that Harry Potter grows up to be a cop.
Yep. Oh, a cap.
Yes. A cap. Now,
what?
I want you to know, now we've gone over his first two choices, and very good choices, Mr. Third.
Very good.
But it wouldn't be your name, Mr. Third, without getting to the third choice.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Third, do you have anything to say for yourself before we announce what this is?
It's a good movie.
Okay. The subtitle of it is Lifestyles of the Nude and Immoral.
Okay.
Because you chose the Mark Wahlberg film,
Boo.
Boogie Nights.
Wait, we got Singing in the Rain,
Yep.
Lord of the Rings, and Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights.
A Renaissance man, Mr.
He
Third.
is. Language, heavy.
Yeah.
Violence, moderate.
Moderate, yeah.
Sex, heavy.
Yep.
Nudity, heavy. -4 for family content, but 3 stars. And this one really blew me away. I'm not going to go into all the content because Boogie Nights is a great movie. If you're an adult, you should watch the movie. It is actually very, very good. It's just an excellent 114 obscenities.
That's the most so far, I think.
That's the most so far.
Because the Menu had the highest before, but I think now Boogie Nights has the highest.
Yes, Boogie Nights has the most.
Yeah.
You picked the worst film in the history of Christian nationalism in MovieGuide.com. However, I just want to get into more detail because I think this was written near when the movie came out.
Oh, okay.
Because this is the more detail. Quote, critics are raving about this movie, and it's getting some serious promotion on TV and radio. While not titillating,
oh, it's titillating.
It actually shows the extreme irony of these people trying to demonstrate their legitimacy and shows the horror of their lifestyle. Through the movie, though the movie contains excessive sex and violence, it is not pornography in the sense that it's meant to sexually arouse the viewer. In many cases, it disgusts the viewer. Nevertheless, Boogie Nights may receive the same acclaim or even greater acclaim as The People vs. Larry Flint. That movie, covering a taboo topic, was only mildly recognized at the Oscars, but it may have paved the way for Boogie Nights, a brazen and shameless picture.
But that's the point of the movie. It's supposed to show you that it's an empty, disgusting thing of this lifestyle and like the horrors of it and the irony of the horrors of it. Like that's the point of the movie.
Yes. And they're saying, that's why they give it 3 stars, but -4.
Oh my God.
Because they're like, you shouldn't see what they do in this movie.
I want to know.
But I
want to know who the reviewer is because he's like, it's not meant to sexually arouse you in many cases. And then he saw Heather Graham and he was like, well, in some cases, maybe.
Yeah. Also, he's mentioning here there's homosexual advances. I don't remember that. I was too busy rewinding to Heather Graham.
Wasn't it Pee Wee Herman was in it, right?
It was,
no, he's in Blow.
That was Blow.
The gentleman who died of an overdose was...
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh,
okay, there we go.
right.
Yeah, that's right.
See,
I
forgot it was Blow. I was like, cocaine.
Can I tell
sex?
you? I didn't remember Philip Seymour Hoffman was in that movie. I didn't remember it all. I can tell you right now, only 3 people I remember from that movie are Mark Wahlberg because he's the main character.
Boo.
Burt Reynolds, because he plays the big director, and Heather Graham, because I was a teenager, and it's Heather Graham.
Also, Julianne Moore is in that movie, and she's so beautiful.
Julianne Moore's incredible in that movie.
John C. Reilly, Don
Cheadle.
William H. Macy.
It's an incredible lineup.
Luis Guzman's in that movie, yeah. No, it's an incredible cast.
Amazing cast.
The way people talk about, what's that 70s movie with Parker Posey that you mentioned, Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused.
The way people talk about Dazed and Confused, Boogie Nights is my Dazed and Confused.
Okay, Dazed and Confused was when I was much younger. Like
Nina Hartley's actually in the movie? Okay, wait, I just said...
Okay.
You know what? I just said too much about myself. I just said too much about myself. Mrs. P, can you explain to me how we even found this website?
You gotta pivot. He's gotta pivot.
Listen, I am pivoting like Hakeem Jeffries trying to not talk about AIPAC, okay? I am... All right?
This is how we got here, right? So
Yeah.
what happened is it was announced there's this lawsuit that was filed by the National Religious Broadcasters against the IRS.
Okay, the National Religious Broadcasters.
The NRB, not the NRA, the NRB.
Yeah,
the next one down.
What's crazy is I thought when you said NRB, I thought you would think of the National Labor Relations Board.
Yeah.
And LRB, but
Nope.
no, it's the National Religious Broadcasters. Got it.
So the NRB filed a lawsuit against the IRS trying to sue them over the Johnson Amendment.
What's the Johnson Amendment?
Let me tell you.
All right.
So the Johnson Amendment is a provision in the U.S. tax code that prohibits all 501(c) nonprofit organizations from endorsing or opposing political candidates. Lyndon B. Johnson, when he was a senator in Texas, he is the one that wrote this draft of this law. And basically, it makes it so that nonprofits and churches can't be political. Right?
Well, they can't be directly. They can't be directly political.
They shouldn't be, is what I'm going to say right now.
Yeah, no.
They shouldn't be.
They have been.
They have been.
Yeah.
And so basically what happened is on Monday, the IRS announced that in a court filing that from now on, houses of worship, quote, in good faith can speak to their congregation through the customary channels about matters of faith in connection with religious services concerning electoral politics viewed through the lens of religious faith. So basically, from now on, the IRS is no longer going to enforce the Johnson Amendment. Not that they ever did. When I looked it up, they've only enforced it like twice, and like really truly enforced it. And the one time was a bunch of people came out against Bill Clinton, and it got enforced then. And then a few churches that have spoken out really heavily, they only got a pat on the wrist, like or
a slap on the wrist. Yeah,
like no, it wasn't even a slap; it was a pat. I meant that. So like it's never truly been enforced, but as of Monday, truly, the separation of church and state is really over.
And what it really comes down to is the Johnson Amendment kept preachers from getting up during their sermons and directly saying, vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
They were always, I mean, they were saying it without ever directly saying it before. And you could do that, but you couldn't have your building couldn't be tax exempt.
Yeah. Well, there's two parts to it. There's the verbal, so the getting up on the pulpit and saying it.
Yep.
And then also, they're not supposed to fundraise for politics. They're not supposed to become
the evangelical arm of the actual person.
What's the word for like CPAC is a like
fundraiser?
A fundraiser, like the way that they have the money that they all get together, whatever.
A bundler.
Yes. So the churches aren't supposed to do that either.
Yeah.
So that's the big fear of the Johnson Amendment is that they don't want them to become these powerhouses of money towards political candidates. In a way, they already are. That's the whole thing. It's like they already are.
Well, and that's the reason why. And the thing is that's why the Christian right chose abortion.
Yeah.
Abortion and gay marriage were their two wedge issues for the longest time, because then they could point to that, and then Republicans could then repeat the code. Even Republicans didn't give a shit about abortion could still say, like, I'm pro-life, which would mean I'm pro this thing over here. And then the preacher, under this rule, the preacher or the priest or whatever during their sermon could say, I'll make sure when you go into the voting booth, you make sure you vote along with God's conscience and only vote for pro-life politicians.
Yeah.
Now you could have a priest get up and say, on Tuesday, you will vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, you will vote for J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
On these dates, you will vote for these people. We've had in the past, in New York especially, and other places, you have always had politicians go and give speeches from the pulpit or speak to church congregations. That's never been against the rule.
Yeah.
But really also when it comes down to this fundraising directly, because some of these churches, they have millions of dollars. Imagine somebody the level of a Joel Osteen. Joel Osteen's one of the reasons Joel Osteen stayed out of religion, stayed out of politics, directly out of politics, is because he was always worried about affecting his tax status.
He doesn't want to affect his tax status.
But now they're saying that he can do it.
Yeah.
So now, suddenly, out of nowhere, what if Joel Osteen just decides to really turn on his force of his massive congregation? You got people like, I know it's a TV show, The Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
Them turning on. But the thing that everybody's leaving out here, the big dog that the two big dogs we're not talking about, are literally the Catholic and Mormon churches.
I want to tell you something. The Catholics have actually come out and said that they're not that they don't. The from the Pope and the bishops and the cardinals, they released a statement years ago.
Under this Pope.
Yeah. Under this Pope.
Under this Pope.
I don't think he will. I think that if the previous Pope didn't do it, Pope.
I'm just going to say, under this Pope, they're saying they're not going to do it.
Anyway.
Because the Pope is infallible and things can change. And in the past, we have had bishops, American bishops, who have refused to give communion to politicians for being pro-choice.
Yeah.
Famously, Nancy Pelosi, who there was like the bishop over in California, and she got on a plane and she flew to fucking Rome, and she got the fucking communion from the Pope because. Listen, I don't like me and Nancy Pelosi sometimes, but there are times where she is that bitch. She is
petty.
That bitch.
Yeah.
When it comes down, and can I tell you, that's why I don't like Hakeem Jeffries.
Yeah.
That's why I don't fucking like him. Because Hakeem Jeffries would just take a weird cuck picture holding a fucking tiny baseball bat and then give an 8-hour speech.
Yeah.
While Nancy Pelosi would have got, when she tore the fucking thing, she did some performative shit, but every time she was doing performative shit, there was also still 3 wheels spinning in the background, and she was fundraising, and she was doing some insider trading on that shit on the side. Obviously.
Anyway.
Okay.
So anyway, the IRS thing happened on Monday. And I was like, this is interesting. I want to read into this.
Yeah.
So, of course, I start looking at lawsuits because, as many listeners know, as a paralegal, I love reading a legal document.
Yep.
And I was like, this national religious broadcasters, who are these people?
Yeah.
So I started looking at who this group is. And when I was looking at because again, when you're looking at a nonprofit, because they're a nonprofit that are suing the IRS, I always look at their board of directors. You got to look at the board of directors to figure out who somebody is when they're a nonprofit and like what the mission statement is. And when I got to the board of directors page, I'm like going through it. And one of the people is this guy, Robert Baer, the CEO of Movie Guide. And I was like, what is Movie Guide? And how does this play into the separation of church and state through taxes? And then I went on the Movie Guide website and it immediately told me that some movie, I forget what movie, it was like a -2. And I was like, oh, it was like the police dog cartoons, the Paw Patrol.
Yeah, Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol was like +1. And I was like, okay, what's that mean? And then next was Poker Face. And it was like -2. And I was like, I don't know what the score is. What is this? What are we talking about? And then I started diving into the website. And then I came downstairs and started yelling at you that this Movie Guide was crazy. So this really all started because on Monday, the separation of church and state thing with the taxes. And then I found the Movie Guide. And now we're here.
Can I tell you? Yeah. Just to bring the beginning of this show to the very end.
Yeah.
What I want to say is I did just open up the review for Superman.
Okay.
And because I had to look. At this point, I needed to know.
Yeah.
And I want you to know they gave, for family content, Superman's a -2.
Oh.
For moderate violence and heavy language. They say 21 obscenities. But again, these are psychopaths' obscenities. But I scrolled all the way down as I was going through no sex scenes, but there's some kissing. Okay, whatever.
Sure.
But miscellaneous immorality for this one.
Ooh, okay.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Villain admits to being envious.
Whoa!
And villain.
Not envy.
And villain falsely and publicly accuses Superman of having evil motives. And even of having a secret harem of enslaved women.
Whoa.
And now, can I tell you something? I want to see this movie.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I gotta see this movie. I want to see Superman. I also am excited because of Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four, when I was younger, was my favorite superhero group. So, with that, Mrs. P.
Okay.
What a fucking ride we've taken today. And just to remind everybody, we got to here because the IRS changed a rule.
That's what happened. That is the mission statement of Too Many Tabs.
That is the mission statement of Too Many Tabs.
I open up something and then suddenly I'm 17 tabs away and I'm like, why the fuck would Poker Face be -2?
Exactly. So with that, everybody, we want to thank all of our listeners. And
in the comments, I want you to leave comments.
Yes.
Write your favorite movie, #1.
Yes.
Also, write miscellaneous immorality.
Yes. Right, miscellaneous immorality, and then tell us your favorite movie down in the comments, and maybe we'll do this again someday.
We might have to.
We might come back. This might be a recurring thing where we come back and check on the morality of our favorite films. But with that, remember, Godzilla -1 got a -1, and here we are all together. Thank you guys so much. Please like, subscribe, follow, check us out for any more of our episodes. Find us on iTunes, give us a review. And always, you can get any of what you like from us ad-free at pearlmania500.net.
Too many frauds and too many scammers that we wish weren't real. Too many cons and too many spammers, and we're starting to feel like we've got too many tabs open. It's too many tabs. Remember to smile.